Hi folks and welcome to the Scotch Checker. For those who don't know, we've been running a competition whereby fans can send in questions to Tim Russ, who is most well known for playing Tuvok on Star Trek Voyager. Marina, if you could ask each of the questions, please.
Sure, and we got some wonderful ones. Mark Webb on Facebook asks, beyond the Vulcan attributes, what impacts did actors like Leonard Nimoy, Lawrence Montaigne, and Mark Lenard have on your development and depiction of the Tuvok character?
And Tim Ross replied, I used several portrayals of Vulcans on the past Trek shows as a basic template for Tuvok. Then I worked with writers to get his character fleshed out over the course of the series.
Dave Staggs on Facebook asks, in what ways was portraying Tuvok similar to your personality?
Tim Ross replied, I have been told by friends that I am not too dissimilar to Tuvok's personality. I cannot stand anything that isn't practical, well thought out, that doesn't make any sense or isn't logical. Although I wish I had his patience when it comes to freeway traffic.
Alina Wood on Facebook asks, what was the best on-set prank by you or a co-star on Voyager?
Tim Ross answered, probably my getting shot by a phaser at my station and taking a long time to die.
Mary Kate Lebansky on Facebook says, how do you feel about Tuvix?
Tim Ross responded, I'm glad I had most of that week off. Seriously though, I thought it made perfect sense to have a neutral actor play that role rather than Johnny Phillips or myself. It allowed him to play both roles without bias, and the concept was great. A good dilemma and moral play for the captain, something that fans could debate.
Sienna Dana on Facebook says, I know you got the writers to change their plan for Tuvok to have an affair while Voyager was lost in the Delta Quadrant, and you also came up with the idea for the wordless mind melt at the end of Gravity. Are there any other story changes that you requested, and if so, why?
Tim Ross said, nope, just that moment at the end. He doesn't really have an affair, that's why he has to leave her at the end. He can't cross the line with her as he has already gone through Ponfar.
Joe D'Antonio on Facebook asks, what is your favorite episode of Star Trek Voyager and why?
And Tim Ross said, I liked Futures End 1 and 2 because I could wear civilian clothes, film all over Los Angeles on location for 2 weeks in beautiful spring weather, and work with guest star Sarah Silverman, who's very funny and great to work with. Second would be Rise. I liked that storyline and the testing of the relationship between Tuvok and Neelix.
CF Woodland on Memory Alpha asks, if you had to pick one, which of Tuvok's relationships with a fellow crewmate is your favorite, such as his logical compass role in Janeway's life, his adversarial/respectful relationship with Neelix, etc.?
Tim Ross answered, probably Neelix, because we are so juxtaposed to each other.
That's wonderful. Becky Landenberger on Facebook asks, is it hard to be eternally known as Tuvok?
And Tim Ross said, it's not so bad, it could be a lot worse, like never having the opportunity in my career, smiling face.
Jason St. George on Facebook asks, if you were to return to play Tuvok in a series or feature film, what direction would you like to see the character take?
And Tim Ross replied, that of a family man and diplomat, like an ambassador or even better as an instructor at the academy.
And the final question, which happens to be my own, as a longtime amateur astronomer, what is your favorite object to observe?
And Tim Ross said, typically using optical telescopes, the planets are always interesting because you can see so much detail in them. Then comets that make a close approach and are bright. But with the new imaging telescope I have, looking at galaxies are usually my favourite.
That's fascinating.
So, yeah, really gave some great answers there. Thanks very much for taking part in filming this video of Marina. Thanks also to all the fans who submitted questions, whether yours were picked or not. Certainly much thanks to Tim Russ and to his manager. Yeah, it was great to run the competition, so thanks very much, guys.